Let's play some Hearts of Iron 4. Today it is the UK. It is the way. Before we go ahead and get started on this new game, I want to say that it was a suggested country that somebody wanted me to play. I'm not even going to try to screw up your name, dog. He's a young man who's followed me, subscribed to my channel from Vietnam, left a few comments on Hearts of Iron 4 games. And before we get into this, I had planned on stepping up my game, and I'm sure you saw some of the back and forth, that there was a video in the playlist, there was a video out of the playlist. Well, first I had problems with British Path. They bought the rights to a bunch of newsreels from the 30s, and I was getting copyright violations for using old newsreel footage. I wanted to incorporate old newsreel footage in with the game. I thought it would be a really fun thing to do. Well, that was a minor problem. There's plenty of other sources that I could get. Like 10 Downing had a bunch of Prime Minister speeches that were completely free, no copyright violation, that I was able to use. So there's options around it. What was really weird was that British Path had decided that they owned the rights to King George V's death. That was extremely strange for me to deal with. But there was other problems. Incorporating the videos in with the games. My video editing software is not high end. And no matter how I saved the video, no matter how I attempted to change the resolution to keep a high quality resolution, it always seemed to shrink the gameplay and make it blurry. And even when it looked like it was decent on my playback, when I put it on YouTube and played it back, it was always blurry. So I am not 100% sure what the problem was. Probably my crappy Adobe, low-end Adobe video editing software. So I decided we're just going to go ahead and try to incorporate videos in with the gameplay on a future date. For now, I just want to do the gameplay. After all, this is only my second game, and we are going to start the UK right now. Let's start with research. As you guys know, I am a firm believer in anything to do with production. So we definitely want to get our efficiency cap up. Wow. I don't know about you guys, but that is damn loud in my ear. So where is the options at? Wow. Let's cut that back. Alright, let's try this now. That thing slammed in my ear, and I know that I could also turn down the volume on my headphones, but they're already pretty low. Alright, we already got that, so let's get some engineering going. Interesting thing about the UK, we already get the starting engineering and into radio and the first radar. Now, I'm extremely greedy, so I'm going to go for the second discount too. Much better. That is much more bearable. Thank you very much. Let's see. We will scroll over here to support equipment for infantry, because I am because that will help the most forces, most possible forces. Now I did have all of the original. No Matildas yet. That's tempting. Artillery is tempting. So because we are naval power, air power too. Our main concern really does need to be naval and air, because we are not that we are very limited in size and population. Um, if I can remember what I was going to do with naval ship designer, I think it was this guy. Yeah, I was going to go with this, so I can go ahead and hit up a lower end naval design. Let's do the light cruisers. And let me go ahead and get this clear. I did have a group of 4 of these games already prepared. Now I could have went back and taken the videos that I added into them out and just put out the raw gameplay. But in the gameplay, I mentioned the videos so often that I didn't want to go back and just completely piecemeal everything. I decided I was just and have to explain to myself, go ahead and put an overdub to explain what was going on, why that didn't work, and then put a note down in below. So I just went ahead and restarted this, just so that you know 100% where I'm coming from and what I was thinking of. National Focus. I was happy with it, with the way it had gone in 4 episodes. It got a little bit weird. I almost want to go back and play it. I almost do, because there's a few weird things that happen. All right, well, we're going down this way because the extra research slot is right there, and even though it takes 5%, I do want that research slot. So we're going to start off with limited rearmament. Then we got free civilian factories. What is really weird is if you look at our population, where is it at? 45 million total population. So we have a limited manpower. Now the Commonwealth is very powerful, controls a lot of land, but they're considered separate nations. British Raj, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, forgetting something. South Africa. Thank you. They are all considered separate nations. So we don't get to just flat out control them. It's problematic. They should just accept what the king wants, right? You're down with that. You agree with me, right? All right, we're going to go ahead and do a lot of increasing on our civilian factories, because we want to boost them up, just to be flat out blunt. I'm not going to put in a lot of effort into military factories right early on, because we're going to be producing a lot of obsolete equipment. As we get into equipment which will be more effective, I will be producing more military factories to increase my production. Don't mind me as I trip over my tongue. And I can always go back and change over civilian factories to military factories. So it's all good. Now, naval ships are a little bit different because they are such a long-term damn investment. So we will go ahead and boost up 5. That's a good start. 5 of those. Now, civilian dockyards. As I've discovered in my last playthrough as the USA, transports are a big deal. We have 800 convoys, and I don't know if that's enough. So I am going to go ahead and add 2 to that number. And let's this first submarine flotilla is actually down in Egypt. So we're going to attach them to the second. All these surface ships are going to go to Home Fleet, which I believe is up in Scrap of Flow. just because I don't want them sitting in a port doing nothing. And I would rather just overpower the hell out of a fleet than add people to it. I mean, then split it off. Okay, now this is where I'm going to do something a little bit different. I am going to attempt to max out all of my production one after another until we get it all done. But I'm also adding to the production. Alright, now for free military, not free military factories, duh, I mean our military factories. There's nothing free about them. First thing, we are low on infantry equipment and support equipment. So that's what our main concerns need to be. We've already upped that. Let's up that. One. Light tanks, I'm not worried about it. Our tanks are garbage right now. I should just eliminate that. The WWII. Oh, God, what a piece of junk that thing is. Motorized, the trucks are come into handy almost always. Towed artillery, we need that just because of the simple fact that we need to have some artillery ready to put into our units. None of our units have any artillery into it. And once we decide that we want to put artillery into our units, we are going to need them. Alright, then we got our tanks. Like I said, it's garbage. I'm not worried about it. Our aircraft is a little bit weirder. Everything, almost everything here is obsolete. Go away. Go away, go away, go away, go away, go away. Let's see. What is our... Oh, it's over here. No, it's not. It's there. Don't mind me. I'm just learning this game still. Sad but true. Alright, you see, I got a couple 36 aircraft, and the Hurricane is the first real good aircraft that I get, and I have to research it. I haven't started researching it yet because I want the design boost. Okay, let's finish up with our infantry equipment, support equipment. Got two over there. Nothing on the tanks, nothing on the planes. Zip plane, zip plane. Now, no template. That's because of my motorized and my towed artillery. But I'm not worried about that. They're going into storage. Insufficient resources. Now the question becomes: the only thing that I'm insufficient is in oil. Yes, that is correct. Now, how much do I want to trade? And who do I want to trade with? I don't want to trade two because, of course, it takes away from my civilian factories. But I do want to do some trading. I want to have some influence. Because trading does help you gather influence. Okay, let's get this thing going. I've been talking for 15 minutes. Let's jack up this speed, too. Let's go ahead and go for four for starters. Sorry about that. I thought I heard an echo in my head. I was like, oh, that's no good. Because I also arguing with headphones. All right. While we're here, let's just go ahead and put everyone in home into a single army. We'll go ahead and assign that army later, but for now, everyone there. And we're going to be, I'll go through it and assign all of the armies where they go later. I'm going to go ahead and have Homeland, Africa, Far East. That's going to be basically it. Because That's basically all that we have. We have troops in Africa and Yemen, occupied part of Yemen. We have troops, I think in Ceylon we have troops. Hong Kong, Singapore. We don't have any troops in British Malay. And of course, Egypt is a major front, and Gibraltar and Malta. I'm sorry, Gibraltar over here and Malta over here. I'm going to try to get some troops into Cyprus. King George V dies, which affects our national unity. It will be dropping now with Edward VIII, and that is because if you remember from history, Edward VIII was the one that gave up the crown to marry the American divorcee. I can't remember her name, so. But yeah, I want to get some troops into Cyprus, or at least a unit so to be defendable. I want to get some more troops down into Egypt. Of course, Italy starts off already at war against Ethiopia. I want to get some troops down here in the British Malay, some more into Singapore. I need lots of troops, and I don't have them. I don't have all the troops available that I want and need. Good stuff, good stuff. Let me just also mention I tried to do a review of Hearts of Iron 4 because I came up with this idea. I'm not a professional reviewer, don't have a journalism degree. My degree is history and business administration. I got bachelor's in history, master's in business administration. So I am completely alien to the world of journalism other than writing classes I took in college. I had the idea to do a thing called review a game over a beer. So I have a beer, I open a beer, I start reviewing the game. Well, it's not a very good idea if you start drinking before the review. So it was a beer during the review, but unfortunately it was like 6 or 7 before the review, and it turned out so badly. It was 50 minutes of me telling you how to play the game. I just trashed the whole thing the next day when I was sober, and I was like, okay, we're going to come back to this sober and work on it. And I still intend to do that. I like the idea of just having a beer, and while you're having a beer, do the review of the game. So I will do that on Hearts of Iron 4, but I think I may take a few notes. That way there's a few points that I can get to on the positive and the negative of it that I can stay somewhat focused, and I won't drift off and just tell you how to play the damn game. There we go. We got limited rearmament already, baby. Let's back it down just a little bit. Now, we really can't do much else over there because it's so reliant on world tension. We can reinforce the Empire, which gives us an added to unity, and we can work our way down there. At home defense, it adds coastal forts to piss off the Germans, and we are all about pissing off those crowds, aren't we? Yes, we are. But no, I'm going to go ahead with reinforce the Empire. Even though we are suffering unity loss right now, it will give us 10%. I'm not sure if it would be better to wait until the dropping stops and it stabilizes. But I don't want to work anything else on that other tree yet. So, since we are in the middle of the interwar era, we're going to boost it back up to 4 to try to get some more reactions, get some more speed out of this. And in between the videos, I will go back. I'll be organizing everything. I'm just going to start off by organizing the armies. I'll organize the fleets another time. I just want to get this video uploaded because of the fact that I've been so far behind on starting this because I was arguing with the video quality and where to get my newsreel footage from. So I just wanted to get this first gameplay up. What was really weird about the other play was that France had a revolution. They had a civil war. And France won the fascist civil war, but a weird thing about how the uh, um, this world tension scale works. Even though the democracy won the civil war against the fascists, it still jacked up our. I can modify the government, so let's back it down just a little bit. Even though they won the civil war against the fascists, I do want to do do I want to do industrial or electronic? Boom, 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 boom. I'll do electronic. And the reason why I decided on electronic, and I've never done that before, is because if you look at it, electronic here and here, the center over here, all leads to research time discounts. So if I'm getting a research time on a discount on a research time, that's positive. Now, you could always argue that I'm not going to get anything until 38, so maybe I should have gone over here since I've got a lot more happening before 38. Basically, all of this I could do before 38. But yes, after the French Democratic faction won the Civil War, the world tension was at 100%. And I was just like, some things about the world tension are very strange and they drive me crazy. Something else I discovered about this game, and I'm still learning. I mean, at the end of the last gameplay, my first time playthrough, I ended it because I was just like, there is no more real enemies unless I want to suddenly fight the UK. And I don't know if they were blood dry or not. I don't know how many casualties. I can't remember how many casualties they suffered. I didn't keep up with their casualties. France was having problems sending me supplies. I mean, not supplies, men to replace the units that they were put under my command. So I'm willing to bet that France was just flat out bled dry. Now, I could have increased my draft level and increased the number of men immensely. But I had Japan, who was freshly defeated, had well over 1 million casualties, doing war goals against me. And I was just like, it doesn't make any sense. The ending, there isn't an ending when you don't have, I'm about ready to get something. When you don't even have things that go beyond, what is it? The planes, the jets. I think those are the highest ones. They go up to 48. All right. I am going to go concentrated industry because I want the higher output. But let's see. Yeah, jets is the highest one, and that goes 1950. There is no new equipment after 1950. So I don't know what to say about that. All right, let's go after some field hospital because I feel like field hospital is immensely important. All right. Germany remilitarized the Rhineland, and France chose not to do anything, so we can't do anything. And that added 2% world tension, which is not enough to go there. We need 5% to go there. So, do we want to do... No, we need 10% to go there. We could go right here. But let's keep on going down here. It gives us a little bit of experience, and we can head down here to help boost up the production of various countries in the Commonwealth and various holdings of the Commonwealth. I don't want to aggravate the Germans. I'd rather see how things develop because of how strange the AI works. Oh man, we are 3 short on oil now. I should probably increase. Let's see. No, that's factions, diplomacy, resources. Yes, I should probably increase my oil. I'm sorry, my resource. Yeah, because we get some oil there, some oil there, some rubber here. Wow, I didn't know we had rubber. Ah, there we go. That's the one I want. Yeah, I didn't know we had rubber. I thought all the rubber was basically over here. The majority of rubber is over there. And it's already dropped down to 1.9%, 1% and dropping. How is Italy doing down here? Not too well. We can't even supply these poor guys. We have send volunteers, send lease, expeditionary. Where is here it is, lend lease. Everything, anything that we can do to help them, we need world tension to be at 50% before we can. We are stuck twiddling our thumbs until world tension gets to 50%. And of course, we got manpower issues too, which is a side effect of the end of the Great War. The war to end all wars. Recruitable population factor minus 25%. Wow. King Edward VIII is still in power. National unity is still dropping. That hurts. The reason why I say that is last time it didn't last that long. I actually had a pretty high national unity. This time it seems to be going on, dragging out. Uh-oh. Nationalist Spain, Spanish Civil War has started. Nationalist Spain declared. Hey, we got our ship. Yes, baby. Yes. Our light cruiser. Let's work on our subs. We don't want to work on the King George class, the King George V class, until we get that naval ship the way we want it. Of course, last time the Nationalist Spain beat Republican Spain badly. Badly. They knocked them up against the wall, and then it took them forever at that point. They knocked them back to 2 ports, and then it took like 6 months after that. Outdated ships in production. Yeah, but okay, I can live with that one. Yeah, we lose 130. That one I can't mess with. It's well over halfway. And this one, I'll live with that one too. I'll go ahead and do that one too. We are going to lose 359 days of production, but with only 1 port, so it's not like we're losing a lot of work. Now, why in the hell did it do that? Destroyer, 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 light cruiser. I thought I just said yes. Unless I hit the wrong one again. I did. I switched it to a submarine. I didn't want to switch it to a submarine. How did that happen? Submarines are down here. How did it happen that I switched it to a submarine when I clicked right there? Okay, that one, I know now that it is not me doing that. I had a serious concern before on whether it was my own stupidity that was doing it. Now I know for sure it's not. Maybe I should send a thank you note to. Okay, we still only get 3. That's all right. I don't mind that 1. It's almost done. And we can modify our government again. Now, we are not going to start on the ship. The reason why is I want to improve our fighters. I want the better fighters. We have to get producing. That's just way too far in advance. See, now we've reached that dead point. But we will produce our hurricane. Because we have to keep air superiority. And we are at 5%. Now we're at 4%. Damn it. Encourage colonial elite. Oh. That grants research time minus 5%. Is that me or is that my the Commonwealth of countries? All right, who are we gonna put in charge? Cunningham. I always liked Cunningham. We are not training them because we've got. Oh, looks good though. Our logistics should be in a hell of a lot better shape right now. It is. We're only down to a negative 5.0 on infantry equipment, and we are running a surplus on everything else. So we're doing a hell of a lot better than we were. I'm gonna go ahead and put in a break right here. Let me just go ahead and say welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron. Yeah, baby. We're turning around doing it again. We're enjoying it again. This time we're the UK. We're going to take it all the way. We're going to turn around and make sure that Germany and Italy and Japan squeal. I guess being a redneck and talking about the UK just doesn't carry through very well. But anyways, love all you guys. Thank you much for the encouragement. Be sure to turn around, go ahead and hit the like button. And, of course, your commentary down below is greatly appreciated. The good, the bad, the ugly. I'm an adult. I can handle it all. I don't give a damn. Much love. Bye-bye.